It's finally time to put some proper power into my van and to finish this cabinet. And all the power will be provided by this R2500 from Allpowers. I will tell you more about this beast of a machine later, but first I need to finish this cabinet. Alright, check this out. I just finished cutting this countertop into shape and I thought I will leave for lunch. But when I was about to leave, I didn't really want to leave. I think it's getting quite cozy in here now. And I realized that with the power station in place, I could actually cook my lunch right here in the van. And when you're a Swede and you're building furniture, there's only really one dish that you can eat. So I'm going to make every Swede's favorite dish, Swedish meatballs, using only the Allpowers R2500. I brought my air fryer from my house and I think there's a induction stove down here. Yes, here it is. We are at 100% right now. 0 input, 0 output. Plug this in. Now we're at maximum power and it draws 2029 watts. All right, we're a few minutes in and the water is boiling and we have already consumed 8% of the battery. Let's see if I can lower the heat a bit. So I'm keeping the stove at just about boiling and it's pulling 1160 watts. I wonder if I could start the air fryer now. It's supposed to pull 1500 watts and this should output 2500 watts. I think we have to try. As I said, the power station can output 2500 watts, but it actually has a peak limit of 4000 watts. So hopefully it won't blow up. 10 minutes in 200 degrees and here we go. We are pulling 2300, 1500, 2400, 2600, 2700. I think it's working. I can see a peak at 3000 watts. But the battery hasn't died yet. And the display tells me that we are supposed to be able to do this in 33 minutes before the battery is flat. That's pretty impressive. And right now I'm not charging the battery in any way. This is fun. Another cool thing about this machine is that it has no less than 6 USB ports and it can pull 200 watts. so you can easily charge your laptop or anything like that. And it has this 12-volt DC plug and these smaller 12-volt DC plugs as well. And on the side here, you can plug in an extra battery if you ever feel that the 1920 watt hours are not enough. 1920 watt hours translates to 160 amp hours at 12 volts. And when the battery is flat, you can charge it using mains power or with the 12 volts in your car, or even using solar. And I will show you that later on. And of course it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so you can connect to it and control it from your phone. Honestly, I didn't think I would be able to run the air fryer and the induction stove at the same time. I'm really impressed. Oh, they're looking good. And it smells nice as well. Well, the potatoes are ready. My meatballs. Of course, I brought some pre-made sauce or gravy or whatever you like to call it. And maybe the most important part, lingonberry jam or lingonsylt as we call it. Ooh, it's hot at least. Let's check on the battery. We are at 68%. That means that we pulled 32% to cook a full meal. So we could cook 3 meals on one charge of this R2500. That is actually really impressive, and that's way better than I expected. But there's actually one more test I want to do with this power station. I want to try to weld with it. There's some brackets down here that need some welding, and I think this machine can actually pull that off. We'll see. Okay, the lunch break is over, and here's my idea for the brackets I was talking about. I made this little shelf out of OSB, and my idea is to use this to hold the power station into place while I'm driving. So in all the 4 corners, I will have angle irons with nuts welded to them, so I can screw this down and keep it really tight. Here we go. These are the brackets that I will use, and I will weld them with my trusty MIG 250. You know what? I think we should actually grind these a bit with the angle grinder, just to see if this machine can handle an angle grinder as well. It's actually telling me that I would be able to grind for 3 hours. So the idea is to put this nut right here, and this screw will go from the other side. All right, here we go. No problem at all. It looks like it was pulling about 1,000 watts. All right, check this out. This is the SE200. It's a 200 watt foldable solar panel. It's pretty cool. 127 watts. Maybe that's the best we'll get today. We are in Sweden after all. A nice thing about the Allpowers R2500 is that it can accept 12 volt panels, but it can also accept panels all the way up to 150 volt. You can actually buy one of those panels that you put on the roof of your house and plug it into this machine. That's pretty nice, and that will save you a lot of money because these 12 volt panels can be quite expensive. And it accepts 1,000 watts input. Another nice thing is that it has full pass-through, so if you're pulling power and charging at the same time, it will actually skip the battery. Okay, back to my brackets. The idea is to mount them right here, a little bit below the actual power station, so that the top pushes down on the power station. And then I will probably put some sort of rubber thing on the bottom of this, just to make sure that it really can't move inside of there. The first coat of varnish is in place and it probably needs 1 or 2 more coats. And when I started this project, I thought this would be the point where I was finished. But now that I'm here, I don't think I am. I think there's something missing, and I think that something is supposed to go right here. And as a happy coincidence, I found these in the basement of my parents' house. They were used to hold cabinets from the ceiling in their old kitchen. And they were made by a blacksmith that was a friend of my grandfather. So they have quite a bit of history, and I want to incorporate them into this van. So I'm going to put one of them right here, and it will hold a shelf that will go right here. I think it would tie this whole piece together. And considering this is a video about power, I don't think we are utilizing that power enough. So I'm going to put some lights in here as well. I think this will be really nice. Okay, I've added a few extra bits and pieces, but now I think I'm finally ready to show you the result. Here we go. The cabinet is finished and it took way longer than I expected, but it also turned out way better than I expected. I think the lights are the thing that really sets this off. And these are just some cheap 12-volt LED lights, and the ones in the back I picked up on eBay for about $4 for the pair, and I have converted them to 12 volt as well. And this thing right here It's actually a portable fan powered by USB. I found it at a thrift store for $2, and that's actually the same place I found the fabric for these curtains. They're not done yet, but I think they look really good. I got a huge piece of fabric for about $4 and I have plenty left. I think I have enough to cover all the windows with curtains. And I'm happy to report the carpet actually matches the drapes. And let's not forget the real star of the show, the Allpowers power station. Thank you so much to Allpowers for providing the gear to make this thing possible. And if you are interested in your own power station, check out my link down in the description. And right next to it, there's a discount code for 10% off. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!